We are live. Hello, everyone. How is everyone on this Eve, Tuesday night? This unexpected, very, very surprisingly live. Oh, did I do this again? Oh, my goodness. What did I do? Come back up. There you go. I'm having camera issues here, folks. Anyway, hello, hello, hello. I'm very excited to be here with you. As those of you who know, when Kitty and I get together, we're here to play, we're here to provide insight, we're here to provide tools. We're here to provide something that you can implement into your day immediately. And considering all the energy that is going on right now, this is going to be very helpful. For those of you who don't know who I am, Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Cologne. I am the founder of Holistic Fitness and why I serve, help, and teach women in midlife to help them transform so they can feel good in their body, to be seen, heard, and confident enough to get in front of everybody. So super excited to be here, and I'm just gonna turn the mic over. I kept my bio really short today. Imagine that. I'm gonna turn the mic over to my friend Kitty so she can introduce herself as well. And then as she's doing that, I'm just gonna make sure that I am streaming where I need to be and that I can see the comments coming through. So Kitty, introduce yourself.
I'm Kitty Budewig Foss, storytelling astrologist, reader of the stars. I'm very grateful to be here today, kind of on the fly, because this has been the third reschedule of this. And for some reason, when you do something several times, it goes in your brain, even though you say yes and you store it differently. And I was just saying to Joanne that a good term for these nodes of destiny is ish. So 7-ish, going to pick that up ish, going to be ready ish. These nodes of destiny are powerful. They're the nodes of healing. And I've been having conversations with people about that term healing. Nodes of destiny on the alignment axis, I think, the facilitating alignment axis. And that's about, our language is, I don't know what words mean to other people. One of the things we've been looking at in the last nodes of destiny that we've been on is what beliefs do we have that did not bring us balance and were not in our values that we were trying to be the square peg in the round hole about. And that really is where language fits in, because my understanding of a word and Joanne's understanding, your understanding of a word are completely different. We do not know each other's paradigms. We do not know what things mean. And that is connected to those beliefs that we've been spending a lot of time moving away from. With an Aries North node, we've been spending a lot of time on starts, on what is known as the ultimate beginning kind of warrior stance of, I'm not doing this anymore. That is not me. And so now we are taking that energy and really beginning to look at, okay, so how does that look in the pattern? So for myself, while Joanne's checking all of these platforms I get to yabber on, is the other day I wrote to somebody, you want to yulk? And I thought, that's probably a good description of yak and talk, yulk. And, what are these patterns? What are our agreements around these words that exist? And how are we going to deal with them with our own fortitude, is the word they just said, our own ability to be who we are and interact that way. And while I have to disappear from screen because I have incense lit and I just knocked it on the floor.
So she's gonna do a magic action. As she does, that gives me an opportunity to jump in and say a few words to what Kitty has just said in regards to the word like 7-ish. I truly believe what I get from this energy is that this is definitely a time. I was actually just saying this with a client. When we talk about Virgo's energy, Virgo is really about our routines and our schedule. And I almost feel like this energy is sort of like a Mercury retrograde, where we are really being um, encouraged to look at our schedules, to pay attention to our schedule, and also create some boundaries regarding what it is we're doing, who we're doing it with, and how we really need to make sure we get ourselves on our schedule. So we have something we need to do, yet we're pushing ourselves on the back burner because we want to accommodate somebody else. The process of the Pisces energy, which is about the healing, it really is important to make sure that we are taking care of ourselves during this time, because I mean, we're only the lunar node only switched over on the 11th, and today's the 14th. So we're only 3 days into this energy, and I've spoken to, oh my God, I must have spoken to about a dozen women today, and almost all the women I spoke to today had some physical symptom. I was just trying to listen to spirit to see the words they wanted me to use. Physical symptom that was showing up for them, whether it was related to digestion, fatigue, just to the point of, like, for myself, coughing. And it's really time to pay attention to what we're investing our time and energy in, and how much of that time and energy that we are investing in is it really about us and our self-care. So using this energy, and I know I've said to Kitty plenty of times up until this point that I couldn't wait. I was so excited, and I still am excited for this energy that's coming in, because I actually have my nodes in Pisces, Virgo. My North Node's Pisces, and then we also have Venus that has entered into Pisces as well, and I have Venus in Pisces. So you can only imagine how much energy I am actually feeling right now. And all of the wackadoodles, the words that are coming out today are quite interesting. we might want to write them down, the wackadoodle energy that's going on right now. So Kitty, you were just about to say something?
Well, that makes perfect sense, because Virgo, which is the South Node, and what happens in the nodes of destiny is we have South Node information, kind of our area of expertise, and we are moving away from that to learn more about where we're headed for the soul's work, the nodes of destiny, in the North Node. And because we're talking about the nodes of destiny, we're talking about for the collective. I too have the same alignment access in my own chart, just like Joanne, only ours are reversed. And it's very interesting, because the Virgo South Node is about service. That's the house of service, the house of the body, the house of our patterns, all those smaller ideas. And again, we looked at the beliefs we're letting go. Now we're looking at the patterns we've created because of those beliefs. And now that we've let them go and put the light on, this was a very powerful full moon just yesterday in the sign of Cancer. And it's, by the way, in the last decade of Cancer. So it's almost like a double Cancer moon. Is very much was shining a light on where do we need to nurture new patterns, because Aries was teaching us to try something new. Pisces is teaching us to go with that flow. And that is what we're learning. We're letting go of guilt, places that we've developed these patterns partially because of those beliefs we bought into that were not enough. And one of the things we do with the South Node is we use its golden shadow. And what's great about Virgo, a very misunderstood energy, is it always wants a solution. So it wants us to let go of those patterns that don't serve us. It wants us to take care of ourselves. And it will teach us to do that in very specific ways. If you're not paying attention to your body will be telling you. If you're not paying attention to your schedule will tell you. If you're not paying attention to your relationships are going to tell you. That is Virgo. It is about solution generating in the smallest of patterns. And so as we move away and look at those patterns, for me, one of the ones I started right away with, I was talking about it, was around the word healing. I have a belief that I'm aware of now that somehow you're either broken or not broken. And if we are perfect just the way we are, and we're enough just the way we are, I am working and shifting my belief around what a healer is. I have always fought going to doctors, because then there's something about admitting there's something out of alignment, not because it's out of alignment, because I would see it as broken. So there again, I'm not enough if something's broken. Oh, so you really are looking at these patterns, these things that, now that we understand what doesn't give us balance, which isn't in line with our values, we're rooting out those patterns where we've told ourselves we're not enough in order to go along with those beliefs, and we're shifting our patterns, our behaviors. And it's such an important access of destiny, especially looking at the energy that is coming for us and is actually already here, astrologically and numerology wise, and of course, Trent's going to start coughing right now because I'm bringing up the fact that we're at this 9, this end of a cycle, this completion, this understand. What's really interesting now is when she starts to cough, my throat starts clogging up. So, it is this node of destiny. That's what it is. It's destiny. What are you going to tap into? What are you going to regale against the fact that there are patterns disappearing? Are you going to be doing that? I should be doing this. I should, here's a good, along with ish, I'm going to do that ish. Here's a really good sentence. Thou shalt not should on thyself right now while you are working with this.
Yes. And just as Kitty was mentioning, and I decided I needed to go into a cough attack. Before I go into what I was actually going to say, I just want to bring it to everyone's attention, just the metaphysical explanation behind coughing. Because again, this is what this is all about with our nodes in Pisces Virgo. Learning to understand what the messages is or are that your body is experiencing at this time where, as I said earlier, I had a chance to speak to many, many women today, and most of them were sharing with me some symptoms they were experiencing. And I truly believe, I know and believe, that every symptom that occurs has a metaphysical explanation behind it, and it's also a message letting us know that there's something within our body that needs our attention, for one. There's an emotion connected to it, and perhaps the word that Kitty is speaking on, maybe there is some deeper healing that needs to be done to address it. Not that I'll never cough again, but the big question is, what is the coughing about? Is it to the point where is there something I need to say? Or is it to the point that maybe I'm talking too much, and it's maybe my body's way of saying, you know what? How about we quiet you down? Can you spend some time in a point of silence to give your voice a chance to rest? Because again, knowing the work that I do, I've done the evaluation. I've done the process of, okay, is there something I need to say? And it may not be a matter of what I need to say in reference to teaching. It may be something I need to say to someone. Am I speaking my truths? Because when we talk about that 9 universal energy, it's about truth telling. And then it's also about, what do I not need to say? And again, as I said, can I go into a moment of quiet to allow the throat to soothe itself and to relax and calm itself down so that coughing fit doesn't happen? Because of course, I'm muting myself when I'm coughing. If I was not muting myself, I guarantee every one of you would be feeling pain in the process of me coughing, because literally my ribs and under my chest is so sore from coughing that it's like, wow. And I was working with a client today virtually, and I'm saying to myself, what kind of workout did I do that I'm this sore? And I'm like, oh, no, no, no. It has absolutely nothing to do with my workout. It's more to do with the coughing. So evaluate whatever symptoms that may be coming up. And good old Google is a lot of fun if you type in the word metaphysical to whatever the symptom is. So if you have digestion issue, just type in what is the metaphysical meaning to digestion issues. And you'll get a whole lot of information. And I'll just save you a little time. Digestion issues is really about what is it you're having a hard time digesting, or because you're having digestion issues where things are coming out, your body is literally going through a detox. You're letting go, which is that nine energy again. You're letting go of things spiritually that you do not need, whether it's a mind, soul, a mind, an emotion, or just general things around you. You are just detoxing through. And most important process through these symptoms that we're experiencing is, if you can tolerate it, as much as possible, avoid using any type of over-counter medication to soothe you. So you can go through the process, and in a short period of time, you will start to notice the symptoms going away once you can understand why the symptoms are there to begin with. So we talk about this nine energy, just as Kitty was talking about. It is learning how to let go so you can make space for what's coming in. I was actually reading something earlier today in regards to when a person is getting ready to make a huge shift in their life, whether that might look like a job change, or they're moving, or a relationship ending, or a new relationship starting, or that relationship going into the next level to the relationship. What usually happens for them is most of the time they cut their hair. Hair is the one thing that takes place when we are going through major shifts. We cut our hair. We change the color of our hair. And what was the third thing they said regarding massive shifts that occur? We also tend to change how we eat. So our eating habits change in the process of when we are going through a massive shift. So if these things are happening for you right now, know that you are literally peeling layers and layers as we move into these new energies we have coming through with this nine, letting go, endings, completions, and transformation. And this energy is, we're only in the 3 days so far, and we have this energy for the next 18 months.
July 26, 2026. 7/26/26.
7/26 is
2026, yeah.
2026. Wow.
Well, and Pisces axis, this node of destiny, is all about a development of your imagination. If you can see it and feel it and think it, it can be what happens for you. And then it's also about our capacity for compassion of the journey, and that compassion starts with ourselves. That compassion starts with, I got a cough that stops me from working, so let me take care of myself and the cough. And what can I do to clear? And it makes sense to me that diet is a change. I know for me, cutting my hair recently, I was trying to let it grow out, and I was bonkers because I went to color it grayer, and it turned this kind of more blonde color. So I'm taking that out, and compassion for what you need to do. So I just went back and cut my hair. Often it's changing my food, especially if you're having digestive issues, times you eat. Ayurvedic, if you study the different body types, there are body types we just have. And what is it I can do compassionately for myself? Because this is very meditative, intuitive uncovering. This is 12th house energy, all about secrets coming to the surface. And when you have beliefs, how you speak to yourself develops these patterns. And now we're really looking at the pattern. And if you want to look at where you were 18 to 19 years ago, this was the same axis. And so you can take a look. You figured out the time, wasn't it like 2006?
Yes. Yes.
And so this is major switching. This is a very karmic. Of course, the nodes of destiny, they're karmic by nature. But this is very karmic. This is also about your DNA when you're looking at healing, patterns you inherited that came with you energetically. And it's also, since it's the collective, it is also the collective healing. Are you part of, I used to ask my students sometimes when they were doing something that was not helping the group, I would just look at them. Let's say they're distracting or being rude or something. And I would just look at them and I would say, are you part of the solution or the problem at the moment? I wasn't telling them. And they would, so most of the time they'd say, problem. I said, well, what can you do to become the solution? That's kind of along with that question, thou shalt not should on thyself as a statement. Is this behavior problem or a solution for me? And what can I do to make it a solution? Because Virgo wants you to find solutions. It's the golden shadow of Virgo, the golden energy that we are tapping into, even though we're moving away from the denser expression, is what solution to access this flow, to access this imagination and compassion and understanding of who I am. This is a very, very robust inner time behind the scenes work. So this isn't about anybody outside of me. This is my behind the scenes work. And this is collective for what that looks like. So.
Yes. And I just want to bring some numbers into play here. Besides the 9 universal energy of this year, when we think about when the lunar nodes actually entered Pisces and Virgo, which theoretically was the original date to when I was planning to have this live, which was the portal, the 111, which was the 111 portal. And if you know anything about numbers, when we have 11, 22, or 33, we have master numbers. And then when we have numbers in threes, in reference to a number that repeats itself 3 times, those are called angel numbers. And with this 111 portal, a portal means that this energy is an ongoing process in regards to what are you going to heal through this journey of discovering who you are. When we think of these 2 energies, healing and service. Serving in your own body so you can heal what you need to heal, because when you work on your own body, everything externally starts to change because you start to change internally. It's that shift that happens. And then when we think about the energy of when when we go back in reference to when the nodes move out, which is, we said, July 26, 2026, Kitty?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That adds up to a 7. So by time we finish, the word I'm hearing is rotation. Rotation, we will be that energy will be in a 7, which is really about what have we discovered about ourselves over the last 18 months, where we go on this journey, where we're studying self. I've said this numerous of times that if you are going to take the time this year, these 18 months, if you're going to invest in any study, if you're going to spend your money on any study, I recommend you take on the study of self. Study yourself, whatever that might look like. It might look like astrology classes, Reiki classes, acupuncture classes, things that you get to know about you from a deeper layer. So by the time we do move out of this 18-month rotation, you're going to be much wiser at the end of this all. And then you take the guesswork out of everything we have to do, because now you have the wisdom of self. And you no longer have to really look outside for whatever the questions that you're looking for answers for. So this is really, again, that Virgo solution. and Pisces, using our imagination, using our abilities to tap into our higher consciousness, to become more curious of where this journey is taking us over the next 18 months. And of course, throwing in all the other planetary shifts that are going on behind the scenes with this on top of it, that there is a lot going on for every one of us during these 18 months. And who we are looking like right now and who we will look like by the time this is over, we may not be able to recognize ourselves. No. Now, I don't know if any of you've noticed. I mean, of course, you have to notice that lately when I come and do my lives, I've been wearing braids. Isn't that a shock? It's like, wow, braids. So right off the bat, just the appearance of, rather than me taking the time to do my hair, because that's what it's really about, people. It's taking time to do my hair. It takes a lot of time to do the hair, and I don't do much with it when I do the hair, but coming on with braids, so that's, again, another format, just as we said, in reference to a shift that is taking place. And I don't know about Kitty, but I know for me, I'm really interested to see at the end of this 18 months what things are going to look like for me.
It's such a funny time for me. I am, what's the words I want, Spirit? The words that keep coming up, but not willing. To go very far out. I am not asking, and Spirit is very much not volunteering. And part of that is I am learning for me to be very, very present and out of my head, in it much more in my body. And which means I have limited what I'm doing at the moment. I have a big red circle around the 20th of January right now. It's interesting. Joy, I was telling Joanne yesterday that I am a North Node in Virgo, and the North Node in Virgo allows me kind of some extra energy in this, which is kind of cool because it means the North Node of Pisces is kind of my expertise, but learning not to just depend on it. So I get to spend time and energy that the world is learning about, that I have some more understanding around, and allows me, especially with the South Node of Virgo, which is also being highlighted, to learn more about my North Node. So it's a big growth time. So I'm very excited, but I'm very excited to be very present in it.
Yes. And I can pretty much say the same. This is really exciting for me. As I said earlier, with these placements being where they are, and all of what I already know and have experienced in my lifetime regarding embodying the physical body, to be very much connected to my body, which could be sinful, to be aware of my body and recognizing the symptoms that are coming on, and also recognizing, even though I do spend a lot of my time alone, but I'm interacting with people virtually, their symptoms that I also get to feel, because I'm so attuned to my physical body.
Right.
And feeling this and like, oh my God. It's like, and having conversations with Spirit, saying, asking Spirit, please do not let the next 18 months be like this the entire time. Give me a little quiet and flow and fun, even though I am having a lot of fun and I only have moments. I have like waves of my day, like when I reached out to Kitty today, saying, hey, how about we go and do a live today? Because I was feeling energized. I was feeling great. Didn't mean I wasn't coughing, just means I was feeling energized. And of course, after we confirmed it, about maybe an hour and a half later, I'm like, oh my God, like, what the hell's going on? And it's just waves, and controlling the process here. But again, like I said, it could be sinful. So if you are a Pisces and you're that attuned with your physical body and understanding what you're feeling, it really is about that Virgo energy for me regarding making time on my schedule to allow myself to give myself rest. Kitty, I'll make you laugh. Last night, Kitty and I were in a group together with two other amazing women. By the way, if you're interested in joining us, it's called Women Empowering Women. It meets the second Monday of the month at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And at the end of the meeting, we talk about accountability, how we want support. And the one thing I asked for support on was for the group to sort of reach out to me to make sure I'm resting. So Tammy reached out to me because we were back and forth in the conversation today about something. And she goes, oh, by the way, did you rest today? And I said, yes, I rested. This is where you're going to laugh, Kitty. I rested for 8 minutes. Now, I want you all to understand, just as we say in the fitness world, when you're just starting out, that 10 minutes a day is going to get you to the results you're looking for. So I sort of thought to myself when I went to lay down, I'm like, well, I really only have 8 minutes before I have to get up again and get myself ready for my next client. But hey, if that 10 minutes can apply to getting stronger and healthier to your health and fitness goals, why can't it apply to just laying down and just relaxing? Now, of course, I didn't fall asleep. I did go into a state of relaxation because my husband called me just as I was getting into it, and I picked up the phone. He goes, somebody was sleeping. I'm like, no, somebody was just resting. He goes, you sound so mellow and quiet. So 8 minutes, I gave myself to rest. And I will rest a little bit later after this before I start my next session. So there is resting going on for me, which is extremely important for me because I am connected to my body throughout the day with all the clients I work with. So for those of you who do the same, make sure, just as you schedule your workouts on your calendar and your meals on your calendar and your podcasts and your interviews and whatever else you're doing on your calendar, make sure you're scheduling some rest time on your calendar in this energy we have. Yes, Kitty?
Well, and it's more than just laying down rest. It's unplugging. And,
Yes.
and Joanne had the kind of aha yesterday is I also got to say to spirit, I'm unplugged. If you want to send me, 528 for, vibrations, or you want to send me, what's 420, or 999, or whatever. It is taking the time to live, Joanne, you're a real physical person, but to physically live too, with and so it's really important. But I love that analogy. 10 minutes a day, okay, so start with rest, but it's completely unplugged rest. It's answering. I'm going to ask spirit, okay, spirit, I'm hanging up now for a little bit. I'm going to go to, I'm very aware in my own body that this is my left side, is very much where I call her Kitty Lee lives. The very human piece. When something is bothering me, or especially when I think about it in the past before I became more aware, those intrusive thoughts came this way always. And so I now sometimes say, okay, Kitty Lee, come on, let's just sit together for a little bit, and kind of invite that part of me to be front and center without any other information. And it's not that spirit doesn't want to, but it's one of those things with intention. All right, I'm here to integrate. So let me make sure I integrate. Because even though you can be physical, it doesn't mean, and you're aware of your body, it doesn't mean it's integrating with the other parts sometimes. So that's why Joanne's goal of unplugging, is important.
Yes, because in theory, because I am very aware of my intuition, very aware that spirit is all around me constantly, and whether it's through workouts, in the shower, wherever I am, spirit is there. So it really is about saying to spirit, okay, spirit, I'm going to go take a nap, and this is a nap time. This is not where you're going to get me in my dreams. This is not where you're going to get me on that train. I'm going to take a nap. If you want to watch over me and just watch over me,
Please do. Yeah.
You can watch over me if you like, but don't nudge me. Don't talk to me. Shh is all I want.
That's really important in this. If you've watched any of our lives, I've talked about this in the groundedness.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only chore we're doing. We're not grounded so we can go into, because that's often what spiritual people say. Ground yourself so you can know. I am grounding myself to be grounded. I am just what you're saying to spirit. I am grounding myself so I can absorb all of this input I've taken in. Brain is an amazing player in this journey. It is inundated, it is barraged with input. Yeah. And its job is to see patterns and sort them out. And sometimes it doesn't do correctly because it is barraged, including when we don't develop the ability to absorb. And it's not that spirit's doing it. We keep inviting it in, but we're not absorbing it. We're not sitting with it. And not honoring this is a divine human experience. And in order for it to be divine, I need to also embrace the physical body's needs in this to absorb. This is very much in this evolutionary time, groundedness and being aware of your own emotions and acceptance. That's one of my words this year. If I wake up, excuse the expression, pissed off, accepting I'm pissed off, I can just feel it. I don't have to figure it out. I can just feel the feeling. It might be something that's come up. It might be something in the dream I don't remember. It might be an energy I pick up from somebody else. Let me accept this for a minute, feel what's here, and then if it's a pattern, I'll figure out what it is. If it's not, it may just go away. It may just be released. That's what the groundedness is for, without an intention, which is so funny because we always talk about set your intentions. You do. And then you let it absorb and you live it as if it's done, which doesn't mean I keep resetting the intention.
Yeah. And what I'm hearing from spirit in reference to allowing yourself to quiet down and grounding without any reason to do anything else. Also, what I heard was get naked. And what I mean by getting naked is, and it's not what you all think, many of us wear crystals. We wear bracelets, we wear necklaces. Take them off. Take them off. Because again, everything you're wearing is charged. Take it all off. Allow your body to completely go in the space of nakedness. Take it all off so there's no need to be connected to anything. And this way here, you're also giving your whatever you're wearing a chance to sort of get charged up, recharged. So when you go to wear it again, you're ready. Because during this energy that we are experiencing, assuming, especially for those of us who are experiencing the ascension symptoms, we want to take our crystals off to give it time to recharge. Otherwise, it's holding on to the very energies that we're picking up from these symptoms. So it's so important to get naked, take it off, and just allow yourself just to be free as you rest, whether it's on the couch, in the bed, if you're going to rest on the floor, wherever it is you want to rest, give yourself that permission to do so. And just allow things to happen just naturally in reference to recharging, because as you rest, you'll recharge. Now, I did I guess it would be called a short live earlier today about recovery. If you did not catch that live, go back and float down my page somewhere. It's there because the recovery, not just relating to strengthening your body, but also the recovery of how we need to recover our physical body now every day of everything we're doing so we can keep our immune system healthy as we're going through this massive shift that we're going to experience in 2025. This is only the beginning of what we're going to be experiencing in regards to shedding. There's still more to come. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be exciting. It could be tiring, energetically tiring, where you're gonna feel tired because there's just going to be so much coming in.
Hence why you need time to absorb.
This is why rest and recovery is so important, because we are really all experiencing a rebirth.
Right. Think of it as you've got a new job. It is not the same as it has been. You are completely relating with things differently. And just like in a new job, you need time sometimes to go to practice something over and over again so it becomes more comfortable, to absorb what is happening around you. It's not just a matter of it's a good idea, it's essential. Or and that will be something you will feel, this kind of implosion, when you haven't spent enough time doing it. Exactly. Your body, once again, will tell you, your brain, your heart, your emotions, all of it will tell you, slow down, take the break. If you don't know, accept that you don't know. It's not time to know. I'm watching a lot of people who want to know because they've been used to being able to predict and feel into that energy, really having a hard time with that, because none of us are supposed to know right now. It is a healing node. How do you know what it feels like when you realign? It's a new alignment.
Exactly. And it's a very different new alignment because we've never really experienced this one before. So being that we're at our time, I figure Kitty and I can both pull one card each just to give you all something to leave with. See what we need to know, one card each. Keep it simple tonight.
I would like to use my fun deck.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice.
Inner effing peace. So I will edit the words if it's a bad word. But it's kind of a fun deck. And fun is a good idea to have.
I love the card that just popped out.
Oh, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. Wait, what's your card that popped out?
You can go first if you like.
The card says, surf the serenity. And the back says, don't just do something, sit there.
Yes, you cannot make this up. And it's such a perfect align. I mean, it literally aligns with my card because, as we are saying, we're in a rebirth. We are literally needing the rest, the recovery, so we can have a rebirth, which means we are all going to experience a new relationship with ourselves. Every one of us. And Kitty mentioned it earlier about getting grounded. And that's exactly what we need to do. We need to ground. Not so we can float up and connect to the heavens, but so we can really get grounded. So we can allow ourselves this opportunity to be more balanced and more free in the energy we're here to do. And the number is 2 and 8, which brings us right to that 10 vibration of a new way of doing things. And this was our number last night too, by the way, in our group. That 0 is reminding you that you have potential and there's choices to be made. You don't have to do it one way. You could choose a different way. So that's our card. I love it with the message that Kitty had too. So again, once again, as usual, for those of you who are with us live, if you have not shared this out yet, please do. Share it out to your friends. Let them know we were here. And I'm sure Kitty and I will be back again to play. And hopefully when we come back the next time around, I'll be cough free, if that's even possible. But yes, we'll put it out there. And we will both see you when we see you. Enjoy
Take
the
care.
site, everyone. Namaste.
Namaste.
Now to get off.
Takes a little while on Streamline.
Yeah, only because I didn't get to that point yet. And